Thank you for coming back to join us again on our Genuine Diamonds in Arkansas YouTube channel. I had started with an introduction earlier and things were going real well, and I was telling you what I wanted to share, and I made some comment like my cameraman's not very good, but at least he works cheap. Well, about that time, the idiot accidentally disconnected the microphone, and then it went silent for the rest of the deal. So I'm going to pick up from where that guy messed me up, and we'll just start over. So we're going around my office, and I showed you some other things on the wall, an old stock certificate and other things. And this is the magazine article, Gold Prospector magazine. I actually had it framed. But I wanted to tell you, the National Geographic came to Murfreesboro and did a zip code segment. This is the Murfreesboro zip code, if you're wondering what 71958 Finders Keeper was. Well, when they came to Murfreesboro, a lot of their focus was on the Crater of Diamonds, because that is their claim to fame. And when the photographer was here and going around town and taking pictures of everything, like the Queen of Diamonds Inn and other stuff, he liked our diamond sign. I told you that my wife Cindy and I bought and sold uncut diamonds from the Crater on the Murfreesboro Square through a store for 20 years. Well, when the photographer for National Geographic came, he loved our sign, Uncut Local Diamonds, so much he took a picture of it and made it a 2-page spread in that magazine. So that was a lot of good free advertising for us. We were just getting started at that time, and we were really thrilled. It came out in March of 2002 issue. And the article goes on and talks about how the old picture of them collecting diamonds, probably about 1908, 1910, something like that. And then it's got a picture of James Archer looking for diamonds there. And when this came out, I went up to Mr. Archer and I said, James, old buddy, would you sign this for me? And he laughed, you know, like, man, what do you want my autograph for? Well, anyway, I had him autograph it, and it was less than a year later and he had passed away. So I was happy to get James B. Archer's autograph right here in this National Geographic by his picture. So I was pleased to have that. Other things on the wall here. This is the best finds. Okay, Western and Eastern Treasure magazine every year does a contest. You can submit, if you find some kind of treasure somewhere, you can submit an article, or at least just a description, you know, a paragraph or two about what you found and where and how you found it. And there's kind of a contest. Well, when I found this heart-shaped diamond and the ring that I wear and had the two put together, that was, I submitted that to them in an article for the best finds of 2008, and I got this award. Well, it's only a 62-point white, but you know, I found the ring too, and together it made a treasure. Anyway, I got the award for it. And the next year, I found my best diamond ever to date, you know, out of all those diamonds. It was this 204 yellow, I called the Easter Sunrise diamond. And again, I submitted an article to Western and Eastern Treasure magazine for their contest, and I won again the very next year. So then the following year, I was digging with some buddies, and we found the 2.13 carat brown rice diamond. So I wrote an article all about our adventure of how we found it and figured out where to dig and all, and submitted it, and again I got an award for the best find of 2010. So I'm the only one in their history that has had an award 3 years in a row. So I'm proud of that, I'm pleased. So I got it hanging on the wall. I mean, what else do you do with an award? Put it in a drawer, you know, with your socks or whatever. So there's one other thing down here too. I'll take it off the wall so you can see it. It's called the Triple Trophy Award. This doesn't have anything to do with diamond hunting, but anyway, it's about me, and that's the topic right now. We'll get to talk about the Crater of Diamonds in a minute. I'll show you some pictures and stuff, but anyway, a triple trophy in Arkansas is when in one hunting season you shoot a deer with modern gun, muzzle loader, and archery. Now when it comes to archery, what I use is a crossbow, and a lot of the archery purists think, oh, a crossbow isn't really archery. Well, it's allowed in Arkansas, and any advantage I can get, I'm going to take. So anyway, I shot all my deer with crossbow, but I've gotten the Triple Trophy Award 3 years now. But anyhow, I mentioned that in that there is an ebook that I've written called Deer and Diamond Hunting in Southwest Arkansas, and it's a free ebook through Smashwords, and it has pictures of diamonds and stuff in there if you want to take a look at it. It's free. So let me move on and talk to you about the Crater of Diamonds now instead of talking to you about me. So let me just turn the camera a little and I'll reposition things. Whoops. I gotta crank this down. Hopefully the cameraman won't mess me up again. But so this is the kind of thing I want to focus on. I plan to in the future just sit down with you and we'll look at the old mining photos together. Now this is an actual diamond recovery plant that sat on the south end of the present day Crater of Diamonds search field, and right now you can't tell that anything ever used to be there, but that huge diamond recovery plant sat there, and we'll talk about how it works. And this is a conveyor that fed it to the top, and then it was gravity fed through everything else going down through the plant. And the next picture is the same plant from a different angle. These are the smokestacks for the steam engine that gave the motive power to operate everything. And this is a huge conveyor belt that all the material was pulled to this point and taken up and fed into the plant. We can go through these pictures and we can, study them closer together on future episodes. Like this one, you can see people. Here's like 3 little kids and they're in white dresses and stuff, and here's some men there. So there must have been a tour the day that this photo was taken, and maybe a tourist took the photo, I don't know. Here's a map. The plant sat right here, and they dragged with a winch, they dragged the material and created these trenches, dragging it to the plant here where the conveyor belt was, and we can talk in detail about that. And there was a different mining attempt up here, and these are the 3 hills, East Hill, Middle Hill, and West Hill, that of course are still there today, but the trenches are gone. These trenches are all filled in and the plant's gone. But in this next photo, this is the conveyor belt, and you can see the trenches if you know what you're looking for. And like I say, that's why I want to go through and talk about all these old photos with you. This is the winch stand that pulled the cable that drug the big heavy thing that brought the ore to the bottom of the conveyor belt. And they scratched out this trench and that trench and another trench and one to the left here, which is off to the west. But if you'll come back, I can kind of teach you this stuff and we'll go in more detail. Here are 3 men in the bottom of one of the trenches right near where the conveyor belt took things on up into the plant. On the left is John W. Huddleston, the man that found the first diamond, and on the right is Lee Wagner, who is John Huddleston's brother-in-law and worked at the diamond mine for decades, and he found a 17.86 karat yellow diamond at the crater in May of 1917. We'll look at it in a minute. On the right is Lee Wagner again, sitting, and the plant in the background, and you can see the conveyor, and you can see the smokestacks, and you can see a really tall, state-of-the-art diamond recovery building. They're sitting on water pipes. And we'll talk about this stake. See this stake right here? You'll see it in many of the old photos, and I finally figured out that is the spot where John Huddleston found his first diamond. So they drove a stake there, and today there's a shovel marker at the Crater of Diamonds State Park very near this spot. But here's the old plant and old belts and flywheels and things turning there, and just, you know, some of the old equipment, and Lee Wagner there too. And here they are by that equipment, a little different angle, the same picture probably taken minutes later. Lee Wagner again standing by one of the, I call it a satellite diamond recovery plant. After the big one was shut down, Lee Wagner cannibalized the big plant and took equipment and set him up some hillbilly shacks for diamond recovery that worked better than the big plant. Notice this whirling wheel right here, and these tracks, and this is Lee Wagner standing here, and this trommel here. Well, the next picture is much clearer. That one's kind of sun bleached, or who knows, these pictures are over 110 years old, but this is much clearer. So here's the same railroad track, and it has a ore cart on it, and there's an ore cart like that out in front of the Crater of Diamonds Visitor Center, and it may even be the same one, but they used a lot of different ones. Well, this is that whirling, turning thing, and this building is where the motor sat. And there's a, if you zoom in on this sign, it says, "Danger, keep out." Well, yeah, that thing's twirling around and has no guard on it, and it could take a leg off if you got close to it. But the belt on that thing runs all the way from this lean-to shack to this shack, and the belt goes all the way up and is the motive power to turn. This is a trommel with a spray bar at the top, and we'll see that in other pictures as well if you're looking. Okay, this is the other side of the building. This is from what we just saw, you're looking at it from a different direction now, and you've got mounds of tailing piles. You've got this sluice trough feeding into it, and water running away, and these guys are working in this, just, it looks like the thing's abandoned shack, but that's their diamond recovery plant. This is a different angle of the same deal, and the way I figure it out is this sheet metal that's sticking up here that just looks absolutely horrid. You can tell men put this together. Women never would go for this, but anyhow, this thing sticking up, if we went back to the other pictures, you would see it. And so all these pictures we just looked at is kind of taking you for a 360 tour around this plant. And they've got a flume of the water, probably the muddy water leaving the plant when they're done with the processing. But they've got tailings piles around. This is handsome old John Huddleston right here in the front, dressed in his finest clothes. Well-fitting outfit. So that's the guy who found the first diamonds in Arkansas, and this is Lee Wagner. I'm not sure who, well, I could almost come up with this guy's name, and I don't know who this is, but he looks like Bob Horton. But anyway, so here's the trommel spinning where the water spray bar, so that other picture was taken from the other angle. And they used to hydraulic sluice at what is now the Crater of Diamonds. They use water cannons to wash the ore. There's a guy with a water cannon, and it's a government job. Everybody's standing around watching one guy work. No, they were just there for the photo op, I think. But anyway, they're watching this guy push diamond ore and mud down these like gold troughs, and their process really didn't work that well. This is the 17.86 karat yellow diamond that I told you Lee Wagner found at what is now the Crater of Diamonds in May of 1917. And it's at the Smithsonian Institute right now. And this is a bigger picture of that 17.86 karat yellow. So anyway, I have literally hundreds of diamonds I'd like to show you. I mean, photos I'd like to show you. Some of them are photos of diamonds. But if you'll come back for future we'll sit down and kind of talk about them, and you can see things, and I'll point stuff out as well. Oh, let me show you one more thing while we're over here at the computer. We're talking about Smashwords. Well, this is my Smashwords page, and that's just a company that I offer the ebooks through. But here is, if you go to Glenn W. Worthington's Smashwords books, one of the books is The Fastest Diamond Finds in Arkansas. We talked about that earlier on the other episode. And Children Find Diamonds in Arkansas. And these are 99-cent ebooks. And I have some others in here that are free. And we talked about Building a Home in a Silo. It is also free, and it has a lot of photos and stuff. And if we go on down, okay, Historic Diamonds Return to Arkansas. That's that set of 10 diamonds. I told you about that magazine article I wrote. And then another one, Digging Up Arkansas Diamond Mining History. And then here's the free one, Deer and Diamond Hunting in Southwest Arkansas. And I found a 2-carat brown USA diamond, and that gives pictures and tells the whole story, and before and after photos of when this diamond was cut, how it looked, and then how the GIA graded it out, and, you know, how good a quality this diamond is. And then I found a large, beautiful diamond in Arkansas. This is my 2.04 carat yellow Easter Sunrise diamond. And then Pursuing Arkansas Golden Diamonds. This is about my heart-shaped diamond and the ring, and this was a magazine article as well. And then the How to Find Genuine Diamonds in Arkansas was a magazine article, and this has more photos with it than the magazine article had, and it has color photos. And again, finding a big Arkansas diamond, and this is a story about the Lamley diamond, the 8.61 carat T brown diamond that was found in 1978 in my brother's hole, and then how that was tucked away in a safety deposit box for all those years, and how we found the people and how they were willing to sell it, and we got it, and some of the things that happened. And something interesting about the diamond, we put it under a black light and it fluoresced like a little white nightlight bulb. But anyway, just if you can't find Smashwords, then just go to my Diamonds in Arkansas Facebook page, and sometimes I post links to these articles, or ebooks, I mean, and you can find it. So anyway, this is my Smashwords page. Well, thank you for joining me so we could talk about some of these things, and hope you'll like and subscribe to our Genuine Diamonds in Arkansas YouTube channel. Thanks.